Hello and welcome everyone to the Threat Hunting with Elastic Stack. We are going to discuss about a lot of things today, and we're going to give a lot of interesting information about Elastic Stack, threat hunting, and MITRE framework, etc. Today's we have two speakers, myself and Haran Kumar. I'm Arvind, and if you go to the next slide. So I'm Arvind, and I work as a developer advocate at Elastic. I love helping developers solve their problems. I have a background at working at security, and I'm very interested and excited to speak at HITV Cyber Week today. And on the same lines, Harun is our security specialist for APAC, and then he's currently, looking at a lot of things security with respect to Elastic Stack, helping and projecting prospects, and architecting Elastic Stack solutions for security, endpoint protection, and more stuff around that area. So that being said, let us quickly get to the our session today, and we'll quickly move over and look into the session.
Thanks, Arvind. That was a great introduction. Thank you so much. Yeah. So hello everyone. So just to kickstart with a threat hunting use case, right? Like wherever you talk about threat hunting, the first basic thing is you need a proper data set. So without proper data set, you could not find any meaningful information. So data is everywhere. So be it a normal a detection use case where you write a queried rule, or you want to proactively find need in the haystack, you need right data at right time, right? So exactly. So even in a cyclic threat hunting process, even if you say gathering the data is at the third step, that is one of the important steps where you wanted to make sure that you have a proper event collection, proper events to proceed with your proactive data hunting. The challenges today which we are facing in this modern data era, I would say is, or threat hunting era, I would say is, the challenges is data is everywhere. Be it your security solution, be it your host level infrastructure, network infrastructure, now where people are moving towards microservices, containerized environments, cloud infrastructures, data is everywhere, right? From your physical machines to your network infrastructures, every data talks a meaningful or gives you a meaningful information. You need a centralized platform. Before you are jumping into a mindset of hunting proactively, the best thing is to have a proper data set inside your centralized platform, a platform where you don't no need to re-architect your security wheel or re-architect your data collection wheel every time. You need a platform that could scale horizontally and handle petabytes of data, terabytes of data, right? Like today, as I said before, data is everywhere. Your business grows, your data grows. So you need a platform that could handle large amount of data explosion, right? So you could collect data in different ways, right? You could collect through APIs, you could collect through a raw syslog file. Syslog is one of the common data file format across all the data types and data vendor or the device vendors. So you could collect through a raw syslog formats, data streams, packet streams, or in whatever way. Collecting just the raw data might not be sufficient in today's threat hunting use cases. You need to be proactively one step ahead always across your attack vectors, right? So adding some contextualizations to those data adds more value to your information that you are gathering. That's what we say data enrichment, right? Threat intelligence informations, threat intels, adding some threat intel lookups, or yeah. So adding some contextualizations to your data adds more value to it, right? So be it your threat intelligence informations like IOCs, hashes, even mapping to your vulnerability data, mapping to your MITRE frameworks like cybersecurity frameworks like MITRE techniques and tactic procedures, TTPs. Importantly, collecting various geo IP informations across your network data, some network models, org charts, HR database, CMD database, all these types of enrichments at the pre-ingestion level adds more use cases or to your hunting efficiency. Even a level 1 analyst could add more efficiency to his use cases. How do you address these type of data enrichment? And what is the output of adding these type of data enrichment? Number one, first thing is to have a proper ETL technologies, enriching and transform technologies that could add more context to your data. And number two is to properly take your cybersecurity to a much more matured curve. The first thing, the way to achieve is to have proper ETL tools, proper data ingestion tools. And second thing is the use case is to take your cybersecurity to a much more matured curve. What is the importance of data enrichment, right? You collect various security data collections. How do you take your cybersecurity to a much more matured curve? The data enrichment at the phase one helps you throughout your cybersecurity maturity curve across your detections, anomaly detections, threat hunting, even to detect your insider threats. Let me give you an example. I am adding some context to my data using my HR database. So at my phase 3 proactive analysis, I could find that a suspended user or a user who has left this organization, a user account who has left this organization, has been continuously logging into my important financial servers. So by mapping my data to my enriching my data with these type of context, HR database, CMDB database adds more value even to find insider threats, right? For example, a user is suspiciously or maliciously connecting to different domains rather than my business transactions. So these type of anomaly detections, adding some CMDB database helps. Adding more in these type of data enrichment at phase one helps you to detect as well as find anomalies, behavior-based anomalies across your cybersecurity maturity curves, right? Not just at phase two, even at the proactive analytics, right? Like threat huntings, insider threats, across your cybersecurity maturity curve, data enrichment, threat intelligence lookups, and mapping your frameworks to enterprise level maturity curves like MITRE techniques and tactic procedures helps you to take your cybersecurity to a much more mature level. At Elastic, so today with the help of this talk, me and Aravind would like you to take you across the cybersecurity maturity model, how Elastic has been, how Elastic can be utilized or leveraged for efficiently hunting proactively at phase 3, right? We are doing various data enrichments across our data ingestions, how we could do at phase 2 analytics with the detection engines, anomaly detections, and how proactively we could take to a much more matured curve at proactive analytics. So we would be walking you through cybersecurity maturity model across Elastic security. So before doing into a demo phase threat hunting, let's take a step back and quickly understand about what is Elastic security, and how Elastic security can help you in leveraging proactive threat hunting. So I would take this opportunity to transfer to my colleague Aravind, who would walk you through across Elastic's security use cases.
Okay, so thanks, Harun, for again explaining about threat hunting, cybersecurity maturity model, and this is very important. I'm not talking about the technology of Elastic, but I'm specifically mentioning that the meta things that Harun discussed about the way that the transition occurs, and the things that you probably, even if you are using a different tool chain or a completely different technology stack or a tool to solve this problem, you need to have this thinking in place that helps you to solve problems, essential problems, and in the lead time that you have. Okay, that being said, I of course, there are more easier and efficient things that you could do with Elasticstack, it being a search specific and engine that gives you faster delivery of data and a lot of throughput. So at the core of all of this Elasticstack and all the solutions, etc., Elasticsearch is the one that helps you to do all of this. It is a distributed NoSQL REST API based search engine. I wouldn't call it like a